and we should be getting ready. There we go. Now we're back online with YouTube. TikTok, we should be going now. We've been going about 3-4 minutes. Okay, yes, YouTube is now rocking. Again, I am the artist, I am the on-screen talent, I am the broadcaster, I am the editor, I am the graphics person, I am everything on this thing, and it kicks my butt all the time. But you know what? I love doing it. So what can I tell you? So today is Friday, December 5th. It's 6:54 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to draw a little bit. I've been drawing all week. Let's see here. Let's go get a little quick review of what we've been doing here. This is Hi John. All this stuff went live this week. Latest episodes, you can see here how everything's laid out. By the way, for those folks who don't know, when I'm doing this, I'm actually, believe it or not, producing my comic at the same time. So this is the page. This is a page from a graphic novel, right? So in addition to doing, okay, somebody has reached out to me again. Who is this right here? You, okay, who is he talking about? Yeah, okay, this is somebody else reaching out. And again, we're bogging down. This is not good that we're bogging down like that, but I'm not going to worry about it for now. So this is there. I'm going to close Photoshop for the moment because I think Photoshop needs to be shut down. This is Clip Studio Paint. I did a lot, made quite a bit of progress on Clip Studio Paint this week, and very happy with the Black Prince work with my the writer Stephen Berry, endowed chair at University of Georgia Press. Don't worry, guys, we're getting it done. I've turned in pretty much most, if not all, of the stuff I need to do. I might need to do a few little adaptations to one or two images of his face. And that's okay. I don't mind doing that. But today, I'm going to do a little bit of everything, but I think I need to do a little bit more comic work. It is now the 5th. I've gone over on this. Okay, somebody has dinged me again. Who was that who dinged me? That was, let's see here. So we have an image from, oh my goodness. Now, this is something that I'm going to help a few folks with if they're interested. So this is my good friend, Erica Hardison, who actually is responsible, believe it or not, for me getting this book picked up by one Stephen Curry, right? Yes, that Stephen Curry of the 3-point king at the Golden State Warriors, who endorsed me for his project. And the person who was really responsible for me presenting that book and getting that book picked up and getting the cover quote was Erica Hardison. I don't deny that. I don't do any of that. Now, but here's the thing. So Erica, who I don't know, let me see if she's watching tonight. Let me invite her to the stream here. I'm gonna go, okay, that's Diesel Funk. Diesel Funk. We're going to go here. We're going to see if I can invite her to my stream, at least to view the frickin' stream. How about that? That'd be good. It'll be good for her to at least view the frickin' stream. What do you think? I'm going to go here, and it'll be good in just a moment. Let's go here to YouTube. YouTube, okay, and I adjusted my desk so my mouse can stop falling on the floor here. All right, we're going here. We're going to go to my channel, right? And we should be live. We are live there. So we're going to go here, and this is going to give me some audio there. All right, we're going to shut that down there. And I'm going to go here, and we're going to talk her through the entire process. And for you folks who are aspiring artists, comic book artists, I want you guys to take a look at what's going to happen. All right, so I'm gonna talk you through this process, but you're gonna have to write, and I will respond in real time via the channel. Agreed? Are we agreed, young lady? Young lady? She ain't so young. Well, she's young. She's younger than me. Actually, young enough to be my kid, which is kind of scary. Anyway. So we're going to, and she says yes. Okay, good. So we're going to now drag this here. All right. Are you viewing the channel now? Are you viewing the live stream? Good. So she is now here. So as you guys here, okay, that's good. Whew. Oh Lord, how we got to do these people. Now, Erica, who is fantastic, has an issue because she thinks the only thing she can do is just right. That's not true. That's very, very untrue. Erica Hardison has it within her the capacity to both write and draw her comic. Right? Now, normally what I do my own drawings, but today, you know, I love Erica, but we've been doing this dance now for 3-4 years. Literally 3 or 4 years. Oh, I want to write my own comic. Oh, I can't draw to save my life. And I'm like so sick of hearing that because it's just not true. Can we agree on that, Erica? Hello, I need your reply. You are speaking this into existence. You are correct. You know what? It's probably better to do this here. So I'm going to bring this down here so people can see what's happening right there. Good. So they can see everything in real time. So she can't say, well, I wasn't really there. It was a phantom that you were talking to. No, it was you, damn it. I know you're trying, but what I need you to do now is to accept that all there is trying. You know how Yoda says, there is no do, there is no trying, there's only do or do not? You remember that one? Remember that statement? I'm waiting on your reply, Erica. You said you wanted this. I'm giving you. Do you know? Remember Yoda was like, yes. Okay, 100%. Okay. Guess what? That is wrong. That is completely wrong. Yoda was a puppet made out of latex. He's not real. He's make-believe. You understand? That's wrong. All life is trying. Do we understand that? Fabulize magazine. That's Erica Hardison, by the way. She's trying to use an alias. All right. Now, everything is trying. You tried to have a family. You tried to raise your kids. You tried to write. You tried to draw. I am serious now. Are you listening? Are you listening? I need to know that you're serious here. What we got? All I see is less smiley faces, little laughing faces. All right, you're listening too. Good. All right. So, and I'm going to have to take a pee soon because I'm 59 years old and the bladder can't hold the water like it used to. Anyway, so here's the deal. All it is trying. But you have to release yourself. Hello, Crispy. How you doing? I'm talking with my buddy Erica Hart, Live Fest, creator of the Treasure Box. Okay, all right, I'll take that. Anyway, so we're talking with my friend Erica Hardison, and I'm trying to convince her that she can draw well enough to do her own comic. She is a writer. She is an editor. She is a journalist. Right? There ain't nobody here watching it other than you. So we going to say whatever the hell we want to say, okay? Now, here's the, well, they're watching on rebroadcast. Anyway, so here's the deal. This is the way it works. The way you draw does not denote the quality of your visuals. It is simply your style. Let me repeat that again. The way you draw does not denote the quality of your drawing. Literary. What's Lambda? I've heard of that. Finals for best. Okay. Oh, see, this is what I'm telling you. You're trying to help her. Now she's trying to promote. Lambda Literary finalists for best queer comic. You are correct. Now post a link to that. Post a link to it so I can click on it and see. She trying to sell. I need to be selling. She need to be selling for me. Come on. Anyway, post a link, please, so we can get this out of the way. Post a link, please, so I can get back to trying to get you to feel comfortable doing your own story. Hurry up. Let's go. See, Shuri don't have to wait this long. Reggie don't have to wait this long. That's my issue. You see what I'm saying? Trying to help her. They taking the time. Taking the time. Any rate, all due seriousness. So here's the deal. What I need you to do is, we are on delay. Yes, I acknowledge that art is personalized. Yes, it's all based upon opinion. And there is a delay. And I think I can adjust that delay where there's not a delay, but I'm not going to do it right now. So here's the thing you need to understand. I want everyone to take a look at this. We're going to drag this. Going to go here. We're going to drag this right down through here. All right. That is Erica's drawing. That is Erica's drawing, everyone, right there. And you can see here, if I zoom into this, let me double click this. Let's zoom in here. See? Let's double click here. See how that looks? Let's zoom in. All right, we're going to move this around here a little bit. See what we got? So we know that this here, that is an eye. That is an eye. We know this one is an eye. That's 2 ears. And this is a mouth. Can we agree that I have just identified an eye, a mouth, and 2 ears? And it even looks like 2 kind of floppy arms. Okay, good. So guess what? You have communicated with your image. Now, as I told you before, for those folks who will be looking here tonight, this is amongst the most popular comics, one of the most popular comics in all of creation. Let's go here. We're going to go right here. Hang on. Hang on. We're going to go to our VizCom window here. All right, now watch this. We're going to go to Dogman. We're going to go Dogman Art. All right, that's Dogman. Not the werewolf. That one. That is Dogman. Dogman is a stick figure. And I dare say this particular drawing here is no more expert. No more of an expert. Whoops, wrong one. Than that. Sorry. Can we agree? Yes. Are both of them cute? Are both of them cute? She says that's cute. Are both of them cute? Okay, so one of them is cute and the other has character. Can we agree with that? Ah, your line's unstructured. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? The line's unstructured. You know what a structured line looks like? Because to me, Dave Pilkey's Dogman drawing looks like our kid's drawing. Look like Shuri drew it. All right, we can agree with that. So what I'm saying to you is this. How you draw is your style. How you draw is your style. Nobody cares how well, how much your work look like Neil Adams. You know, I'm going to let you in on a terrible secret. Well, I'll just do this. Let me ask. Um, Erica, do you know who Neil Adams is? Yes or no? Let me know. You know who Neil Adams is? Right. Exactly my point. This is Neil Adams. Neil Adams was a realist with his drawings. He was primarily known for drawing really brought Batman into like the modern day. So this is we're talking about the 70s. Eventually we'll move on to Jim Aparo. So Neil Adams was that artist who, you know, his stuff was realistic drawings, right? That's what he did. Neil Adams passed away about 2-3 years ago, right? Neil Adams is great. I am influenced by Neil Adams. But here's the thing. The most popular comic on earth, hold on. Believe it or not, I don't think it's this one. I thought it was Dogman. It's not. It's this one. It's this one here. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This here is the most popular comic. I think they've sold 650 million of these things. Either 650 million or 65 million. The lines are structured and uniform. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. So what you're saying is the lines aren't squiggly like yours, right? Is that what you're talking about? Oh yeah, but he is drawing realistically. Neil Adams has never sold a comic when he was alive. He never sold 650 million or some crazy number like that in multiple languages. He never did that. Dave Pilkey is doing it. And oh, I'm sorry, that's not Dave Pilkey. It's this guy here, Jeff Kinney. You understand? No, you didn't even know who Neil Adams was 5 minutes ago. The world doesn't care about that. The world cares about, do I give a damn about the character? You can write, correct? You can write. I know you understand. Here's what we need mommy to do now. So now I'm going to really get to hit you under the belt. Shuri's got to eat. Right? Shuri doesn't care about your ego. Now, for those people who need to know, hello, Puck269, how you doing? Erica is a mommy. And Shuri doesn't care about your ego. Shuri doesn't care about how, oh, well, I'm not certain or I'm not confident. She doesn't care about that. And here's the problem that Shuri has. She has two issues that I know you try to talk her out of, but she's not listening. First of all, Shuri likes to eat. Shuri loves to eat. And she keeps eating. And she won't stop eating. Guess what? I'm going to let you in on a secret, because my youngest child turned 25 today. Right? They still eating. Still eating. They have never been able to kick that habit. I introduced them to the food drug, and they kept going at it, right? They kept eating, right? Now, Shuri's not going to stop eating. Shuri's what, 6 or 7? How old is she? Okay. 7. She's going to be eating for another 90 years, right? After you are turned to dust, Shuri will still be eating, right? Here's the other thing. Shuri's going to keep growing for at least the next 15 to 20 years, right? And the last time I looked, you and her dad are not the shortest people in the world. So Shuri's probably going to end up being a giant, right? Because you're already feeding her all that crap anyway. Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. I was kind of joking. I didn't know she was a size 10. All right, but anyway, the point is my heart goes out to you. My point is Shuri needs mommy to get it together. Dad already working every day, correct? That ain't some artist out there living that old artist life, right? That's mommy doing that, correct? Correct? Dad's a worker. Work a regular job. Mommy's an artist, correct? I'm gonna hear, gotta see correct. Yes, I'm trying. Yes, correct. Exactly. So what mommy's got to do is get her act together like yesterday. Because we're coming into an economy where we cannot afford to have an IP, intellectual property. Do we understand? You, Erica, must produce an intellectual property. Your feelings on how good it is or how bad it is irrelevant. It does not matter. Do we understand? It is completely and totally irrelevant. So, here's what you're going to do. And I'm going to make it easy for you because I'm going to write here in the chat. 1. Write a story. Can you do that? Reply quickly. 2. Let's see what you say. Let's see. All right, you're going to write a story. I don't care about the length of the story. I don't care if it's short or long. Okay, yes. 2. You are going to draw characters. Those characters are going to look like their personalities. Got it? 3. You are going to start the comic. And you will not stop until it is done. Got it? We understand 3? I don't care if it's kid friendly, it's for adults. That's not my concern. My concern is, are you going to start it and finish the story? Shuri doesn't care if you were necessarily writing something for her. She just want to know, is whatever mommy is drawing going to generate enough attention so I can continue to eat? Got it? Now, if you want to write something for Shuri's age group, that's okay. I think that's a good part of the graphic novel industry. But what you've got to do, I'm trying to help you because you helped me at one point, so I'm returning the favor, okay? What I need you to do is to get up off your ass and work. Right? You write, sometimes you do everything you need to do. You've got 3 hours per day when Shuri isn't at home, correct? I said 3. I didn't say 6. I said 3. You have 3, correct? Okay, understand. I think you said understandable. Yes. Okay, good. So, yes, great. So, you've heard of Barbara Brandon, right? Barbara Brandon, for you guys who don't know, who will chime in here, I'll just do this. I could bring up, well, I brought up different kind of artists. We're going to go Barbara Brandon Croft. Here she goes. Barbara has drawn Where I'm Coming From, her strip, for decades. One of my good, dear friends, right? Her father was a cartoonist named Brunswick Brandon Jr., right? So Barbara came along, but I spent a lot of time doing the resume. Yes, I don't care about that. You think I care about your resume hunting job? I don't care. Nobody cares. And I'm serious. I love you. I want you to be successful. Don't nobody care about how hard you're looking for a job? What does that mean? Do your contract work. That's why I said 3 and not 6. Yes, exactly. You moderated a panel with her. All of Barbara's drawings are just heads and arms. And sometimes heads, arms, or hands. Look at the cover. She never draws full bodies, ever. Right? On top of that, she shows no environments. And Barbara did that strip for 25, some ridiculous number of years. And she's still doing it. You understand? So what we need Erica to do is to stop the time. Stop this thing where, oh God, I can't do it. Of course she's not. She's a professional. She's a sweetheart. And she is, best of all, one of the North Stars. I look at her. I've known Barbara since 1990. Was it 89 or 90? Oh, God. It might have been 88 or 89. It was a long time ago. Let's just say it that way. So I've known this woman going on 40 years almost, right? So she was working then. She started to, did she start this strip in 85 or 86? I forget. She'd been doing it so long, she knew Jackie Orms, who did Torchy Brown. So yeah, that's how long she'd been doing it. She knew Jackie Orms before she passed, right? For those folks who don't know who Jackie Orms is, Jackie Orms was the first black female cartoonist, I think, to do a syndicated strip, right? I think. I could be wrong. Okay. All right. Okay, great. You know who Jackie is. So if you know who these people are, you know Jackie Orms. Let me just pull up Jackie Orms here so people go, who the hell is Jackie Orms? Jackie Orms. She died in 86. And her strip was called Torchy Brown. And Torchy Brown was drawn realistically. Right? It was drawn realistically. Kind of like Neil Adams. Barbara's work is not drawn realistically. Barbara's work is cartoony. Do we get it? So if Barbara can exist, Jackie Orms can exist, Neil Adams can exist, Jeff Kinney stick figures can exist, and if you've ever read A Diary of a Wimpy Kid, it's not a comic. It's written words with spot illustrations. You can do that. But you have to start and you have to finish. Not only can you exist, you already exist. What we're trying to do is get your brain to accept its state, the reality of the state. That you have to start the story and you have to finish the story. Don't be like me. You don't want to be like me. Now I got it together. And I don't even have it totally together, but now he's the OG Afrofuturist. Now he does it. But what about the other 30 years when I was struggling and had the same issue you have? So I'm trying to save you the trouble of going through what I went through. Start page 1 and work your way through it. Do we understand? You have a written story, you said, correct? You have a written story, correct? I'm waiting to see. Okay, good. What's this calling me here? This is my wife. Hang on one second. Hey girl, what's up? I'm on my stream. You better watch what you're saying. I am on my stream live talking to you. You better watch your mouth. Don't say anything inappropriate. Yeah. I love you too. You're so talented and amazing. You on your way home?
I am, and Lisa gave me the signs that you wanted, and so I need you to come help me to get them out the car.
I'm on the live stream right now. I can't do that at the moment. If you leave them there, I can always come out and get them later.
Okay, later is great.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so... All right. Hey, man, I got a spouse just like you got a spouse. You know how y'all make these unrealistic demands? You know, what is that? Anyway, so my point is this. You have to start on the strip. Now, I'm about to really help you now. You listening? Now, Erica, do you know how to tell a story sequentially with visuals? Yes, I know you're listening. Do you know how to tell a story with sequential visuals? Do you know how to do that? Yes. Now, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you 2 examples that you can follow. And these 2 examples of the guys primarily that I follow to do a lot of my work. But guess what? The work that they do, you'll only need to see a little bit of it. So here's what you're going to do. There's a guy by the name of Ernie Bushmiller who died in 1982, and he did a comic strip called Nancy. Now, the 2 guys who introduced me, well, they didn't introduce me to his work, but Nancy was done, right, by Ernie Bushmiller. He was one of the more popular comic strips out there. And what he did, you can look at the work here and you can see here. Let's zoom in here. See the work? His lines are tight. Sometimes they are not tight, right? Sometimes the images are tight. Sometimes they're not tight. But as you can see from Dog Man or whatever, it doesn't matter. Ernie Bushmiller, okay, you just said something here. Funniest are my intro to comics. Great. It doesn't matter whether it's funny, action, adventure, or whatever. What you're doing is you need to tell your story. First rule of thumb, you're telling what happens first. Then you're telling what happens second. Then you're telling what's happened third and fourth, and so on and so forth. So that's the standard process, right, of how you tell a story from beginning to end. Got it? Let me close this right here so we can see the conversation here a little bit. What happens first? What happens second? What happens third? Right? That is linear storytelling. Nancy's great. Linear storytelling. But I tend to sketch before I write it. Yes, that's called a breakdown in comics. You do rough breakdowns. So if you have seen any of my breakdowns for the comic, right? The breakdowns I have for the comic look like this. Let's see if I can find them here. Oh, my eyes. My eyes are horrible. God, I need glasses really badly. Anyway, so we're going to go down here. So these are breakdowns. You see those breakdowns? Right? Now, my breakdowns are tight. But as I go on, some of those breakdowns can be very loose. Doesn't matter. You say yeah, I know your eyes are, yeah, I know it's bad. Anyway, so the point is she's complaining about her eyes, and my eyes are bad too. So we're in the same boat there. But look at this. See how loose those breakdowns are? So how tight the breakdowns only matter in as far as that it communicates the story to you or to your editor. If you don't have an editor who's looking over your shoulder, it doesn't matter that you have tight breakdowns. You don't really need tight breakdowns. You just need breakdowns that communicate. So let's zoom in here and you'll see what I'm talking about. So you see this upper left board there, right? Let's zoom in here. See how loose that drawing is, but it's like loose enough to convey, okay, these people are stepping into an office. Here she's shocked. The guy comes up behind her. She she sees the note. See? That's what I'm able to do. So I'm telling a story. They come into the room. That's what happens first. Second, she sees the note on the door. The guy's behind her. So she walks up to the door. The guy's looking over her shoulder like, what's happening? Right? What's happening? Then here, she's got the note up to her face because she's grasping on every word because her father has left her a note. Then you have the close-up of the note. So you're telling stories both with words and pictures. Do we understand? All right. Now. Hello, Shuri. How you doing, girl? Stop eating, Shuri. Mommy wants you to stop eating, but you're not listening to her. Anyway, so my point is this. So, Ernie Bushmiller, there's a book by Paul Karasik and Martin Newgarden, who were the guys who broke down how Nancy worked. I grew up reading Nancy because Nancy was in my comic book strip, my comic book paper at Clarksdale Press Register in Mississippi. And Nancy was in there, and I grew up reading his stuff, right? And it was cool. Now, let's go to another one here. We're going to go to another cartoonist who I had the pleasure of talking with a few weeks ago. Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics Transitions. All right. You should buy his book. You should buy his book. But what I'm going to do here is do you the favor. This particular section here. Let's go here. All right. Now look here. Let's see if I can scroll down here. All right. So look at this. So we're going to zoom in here. So these are the 6 transitions. The first is moment to moment. You can't really see it, you know, and plus this is pretty bad here, the resolution on. Let me go to this one here. Yeah, this will be good. I'll go here. Now I do this in my class all the time when I taught storyboarding and storytelling for many years. And I would show this, believe it or not, I would show it to filmmakers. Because I would tell filmmakers, if you learn just this section here, if you have it, this is it. Do you like K-pop Demon Hunters? I like Demon Hunters. K-pop, I'm still getting used to what that is. Anyway, here we go. Moment to moment. See that? Let me know if I'm going to keep going to this. Moment to moment. See the woman's, she's sitting there. Let's see if we can zoom into this a little bit. Yes, we can. She's sitting there. Here, she's kind of standing there with a blank stare, and then here, her eyes are closed with a slight smile on her face. So what that means, that only happened in a moment. So it's moment to moment. Here, panel 1, here, the planet is in the center of that frame. Doesn't matter. You'll only need to know the basic lines. You don't need to do all the super detail, right? Here, you will notice the planet is a little bit closer. And then here, you're very close on the planet in the third panel. But the stars are actually streaking outward like that. So you're transitioning through space. This happens in a moment. The first one is 2 moments. One expression to the next expression. Here is showing moment to moment in terms of time and proximity. Planets far away, planets closer, planets very close, right? Here, see that shot? You were talking about facial expression. See here? The face expression is not working at all. It's just the same. Person's hitting the snoring, right? What's changed? That spider is crawling up the blanket. That only takes a moment. That's why they call it moment to moment. Got it? Action to action. It's the same mostly as moment to moment, but it's more kinetic. You got it? Here, ball is in the air. 2, guy hits the ball, right? Here, this one here. And you'll notice for all of these panels, the camera didn't change. But here, all of a sudden, it's a close-up of a wine bottle, right? Here the guy's taking a sip. Next, close up, burp. Got it? So that's what's happening here. Here, look at this. The car is moving from left to right. Now, there's a thing called a 2-shot. You know what a 2-shot is? Yes or no? Let's go 2-shot. A 2-shot is when there's a type shot where the frame encompasses 2 people. Right? So that 2-shot can be two people facing each other. But it also doesn't have to be two people facing each other. It can be two people or two objects. So we go here. Watch what happens. Let's see if we can go here. Boy, I gotta really clean off my desktop. This thing is moving so sluggishly slow. Money penny. Let's go here. In this particular case here, this is a two-shot. The car is speeding. See how the car is speeding here? And then here the car crashes into a two-shot. So now the two-shot, and this is used all the time in superhero comics, the car is in discussion with the tree. Who won the argument? You see that car there? Who won the argument between the car and the tree? I think we can agree. The tree won the argument. All right, third one, subject to subject. This time we're not dealing, yes, the tree, but that's what I'm saying. That's all a superhero comic is. It's a superhero, a supervillain fighting each other. Lots of two shots, right? Lots of three shots sometimes. Sometimes it's one hero against, a bunch of, villains. Sometimes they like to turn things in the head. They reverse it, right? But it doesn't always have to be superheroes. It could be science fiction. It could be romance. It could be anything. But you're using these trends moment to moment, action to action, subject to subject. All right, let's go to subject to subject here. This guy here is screen left. You see him looking in the camera, right? And behind him is a person with an axe. Hello, user 854644490. But that's a long name. Good God. Anyway, so the point is, this guy here is running towards the camera, screen left. But there's a guy behind him with an axe running in the same direction, but in the rear, screen right. So what's happening? He says, now you die. No. But then we cut. We don't even show the guy get hit with an axe. We just see a cut to the city. And when that city is there, what happens? You see the sound effect. Yeah. I mean, the guy's gotten hit by the axe. That's what you think, because that's the sound effect that you see. But this is what I'm saying. It's about manipulation. It's about manipulation. It's always about manipulation. So we're going to go here. Look at this. What more could go wrong? This is a guy with his hand up there. What more could go wrong, right? Cut to the woman. So even though this is two panels, it works as a two-shot. See those two panels? Even though that could be the same shot, what they've done is split them in half. What more could go wrong? Well, at least Jerry never called. Close up to the camera, to the phone, ring. So that's implying, it's not saying specifically, but it's implying that Jerry calls. Jerry's calling. Look at this one. Person crossing the finish line. Cut to a close-up of a hand on a stopwatch. Right? So this is subject to subject. They're different subjects. Guy getting chased with an axe, city. But you're connecting them by using the different elements in it. So the thing of doing comics is you are doing a combination of words, pictures, words and pictures, and the positioning of the words and pictures on the page. This is Scott McCloud. You can look at this drawing. It's very simple, right? His stuff is in Neal Adams. I mean, some of this is pretty detailed, but that's what it is. Got it? Now, let's go to our next one here. So this is the 3 comic book transitions. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the third one here. We are going, oh, whoa. There it is. Ah, crap. I hate that. Now, you can look at other parts of this, but these are the 3 that the 2 pages that I show to people that's essential. So there's only really 6 transitions. You know these 6 transitions, you're good. 4, scene to scene. So there was moment to moment, action to action, which is more kinetic than subject to subject. Now we're going to go scene to scene. Right? Here, guys close up. He's talking. He can't outrun us forever. Next frame, 10 years later. So that scene takes place over 10 years. Got it? It implies that the guy outruns them for 10 years, correct? Here, Bombay, Paris, New York. So it's showing here that literally the scenes are jumping from one location to the next, right? With different types of fruit. No one could have survived that crash. Sniff, you're right. Meanwhile, guy on the island. Implying, right, that the guy survived the crash. What movie star can we connect to all three of these examples? Should be pretty obvious. I'm waiting on an answer, Erica. You holding me up, Erica? No. Tom Hanks. The first one is Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio. Remember, he's chasing after the guy. Oh, there's a delay. You said Batman, Superman. Not Batman, Superman. No. 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 No, 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 no. Tom Hanks is in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio trying to catch this criminal. It's called, Catch Me If You Can. Right? The second one here, he did a movie called Terminal. Right? And if you look here, Bombay, Big Apple, see New York? Paris, banana, which connects to Bombay. New York, grapes, which connects to Paris, wine. And you see what I'm saying? There are all kinds of things. I thought you meant I can't see the images as well, and I've never seen either of those movies. Yeah, see, that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. Anyway, this right here, you remember the one, what's it called? Doggone it. As soon as you said that, it's that where Tom Hanks crash lands on the island. And he has the soccer ball. Not Stowaway. What's it called? Castaway. Is it Castaway? I forget what it is. See, I'm getting old, girl. Anyway, that's scene to scene. So it literally jumps from scene to scene. Next one is aspect to aspect. In this particular case here, you're not necessarily talking about scene or moments. What you're talking about is atmosphere and vibe and theme. This is Christmas. Christmas tree, Santa. This one here is sunlight, shades, and clear sky. Got it? This one here, look at this. Close-up of liquor and cigarettes. Then to the right, the woman here, her arms are folded. She's scantily clad. She's covering her chest. And then there's a guy who's like, leaning over her who's got beer. And she does not look happy. That's a two-shot. Right? So it's showing nightlife, intoxication. And that is all about vibe. So it's Christmas, nature and sun, nightlife, or, not alcoholic and depravity. This one is non sequitur. Now, people are like, well, why would you say non sequitur? Meaning sometimes you want to be able to tell a story where nothing makes sense. It's all non sequiturs. They don't connect in any way, form, or fashion. See? Space, satellite in space. And then two farmers based on the painting for the farmer and his wife. They have nothing to do with each other. Right? Look at this one. Cheese. Guys making a smile. Cheese. Then you got these trees. And then you got fish. Right? I'm going to come back to this. What food product is this related to? Then you got this last one here. You got Richard Nixon, who is only, he's a kind of a guilty president there. Won't go into much more than that. And then we got an abstract painting, a cubist painting. Those two things have nothing to do with each other. Right? Let's go back to this one. Cheese. That has to do everything, in my opinion. I don't know if he could. I would have to ask him a question. Maybe I will ask him that question. It has to do with goldfish food snacks. See, cheese, goldfish, strangest thing. Any rate, cheese, goldfish, the little chips that come in the bag, the gold, they're orange, little goldfish. You know what I'm talking about? So although he said this is a non sequitur, he may not even be aware that he came up with the idea. Yes, I wouldn't have guessed. Yes, I know you know the snack. Everybody knows the snack. You wouldn't eat it, but everybody knows that snack. Okay? But it's a non sequitur, meaning they don't have any obvious connection or any connection at all. If you know those 6 transitions, you can tell any story. You can tell any story. And you'll notice in the process of doing this, I never once mentioned quality of drawing. Right? It doesn't matter how well you draw. It's about whether or not the drawings communicate the idea. You got it? Do we understand? Let me know if we understand each other here. Okay, you can get the book, but even before you get the book and get the book so the man can make his money, right? I want you to go find these pages. Let me do this here. Hang on. Got it? Got that one. And then we're going to find this one with, let's find this one with Paul Karasik and Mark Newgarden. And this is the Nancy. How to Read Nancy is what it's called. And you're going to buy these 2 books. Oh, what is this? Is this a PDF to it? Oh, God, I don't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I'll send you to the Wikipedia page. There we go. Right there. Okay? So, the idea is this. It is now December 5th. You will have a story and rough breakdowns done. Do you want to start with a short story or go on to a long story? Which one do you want to do first? Waiting on your answer, because this is a question only you can answer. Short. Okay, good. You're going to start with a short. We're going to say 10 to 20 pages. Agreed? All right. So that 10 to 20 pages story, what you're going to do is you're going to take the short story and you're going to do your breakdowns. 10. Okay, 10 is fine. They're going to be short. Right? They're going to be short. It's going to be a short story. You're going to do 10 pages. And you're going to draw it with the drawing style that you have. You're not going to be worried about whether or not the lines are uniform, whether or not they're clean. You're going to do the best that you can. Got it? Now, let's do this here. I'm going to show you 2 more things, and then I'm going to let you go. This is David Lynch. No, we're not going to go to David Lynch. We're going to go first with Instagram. And there's this guy, Simon Hanselman. I've been looking at a lot of chats on this lately. Simon Hanselman. Hanselman. There he is. This guy. Look at this. This guy has 198,000 subscribers. Look at this. Look at this stuff. Crazy profanity on it. Right? Look at this stuff. And this is his comic strip. Right? Now, I think you can draw like this. This stuff looks like the other stuff. Would you agree with that? And he's not doing anything for kids. I like those videos. Yes. Okay, fine. But what I'm saying here is that you can do this. You have the ability to draw like, look at this stuff. But you'll notice this guy has 9,000 likes just on this one post. So here is the honest truth. Erica, the world that you and I have been operating in with book publishing, it's not that it's going away. It's just not the only game in town. right? It's not the only way to do it. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. What it is that it now has to share a space at the table with other forms. Now, I am in the same position. Well, you're in the position I was in 5 years ago, 6 years ago, right? Where I was doing an independent comic like Maddie's Rocket, and I was frustrated because I was trying to get the book out. You got to deal with the cost of the book, the distributing, the whole thing, and it was tricky, right? But what did I do? I was talking to my wife. My wife said, well, I said, yeah, nobody will publish my stuff, right? No one will publish my stuff. And my wife looked at me and said, well, Tim, have you ever really tried to get a regular book deal? And I went, actually, no, I haven't. Now, I didn't know when she said that to me a year later, I would be signing a book deal, right? So I signed my book deal for Infinitum, right? And yes, I can understand why Steph Curry wouldn't take Infinitum for his book club. It's pretty violent. Anyway, the point is I have both traditional book deals and I self-publish. But there's a problem with both of those ways. Traditional publishing, particularly when it comes to comics, yeah, but that's the point. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You can get a book, you can get an agent. But if you're going to get an agent, you have either one of two options to get an agent. You have to either write a comic and get an artist to draw the comic for you, which is going to take a while because you know this, artists are crazy. There's only one group crazier than artists, well, two groups crazier than an artist. That's musicians and actors, right? But artists are insane. I know. I'm an artist. I am insane. I know this. You know this, right? Now, you can work with an artist, and that artist will draw your comic, but you're working on their schedule. Got it? And you got to pay them. Right? So, you could draw it yourself. And as I'm showing you here, look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. This guy, this is not Neil Adams. Look at this. Look at that owl. That owl, in fact, looks like this guy. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Beak, ears, eyes. I know, it's AI. Erica, you stole Simon Hanselman's drawing, right? How do you mean you're going to color? You're going to take Photoshop and color it. What do you mean? You're just going to color it. You're going to take a brush, you're going to go over it. I'll even show you how to color it. But what I want you to do is to give me breakdowns and draw the story according to your script. Now, if you really want to get fancy with it, right, you're just going to start drawing it. You're going to have the story, and you're just going to start drawing it. And every image you're going to draw, it's just going to be that image. You could do it one way. You could do it like that, straight ahead and keep going. Or you could do rough breakdowns and then do tighter drawings afterwards. Got it? Now, coloring, first steps first. First thing is to draw it black and white. Got it? Now, here's the decision you've got to make. Because although I said you are where I was 5 years ago, here's what's happening. The world is changing underneath our feet. Netflix bought Warner Brothers for $83 billion, mostly in cash, if I understand it. Do you understand? So that means one thing very, very clearly, that nobody cares about any of all of that. If you got the money, they bought it. You understand what I'm saying? They bought Warner Brothers, Netflix. Now, in my opinion, there were a bunch of people going, I think you probably can't do worse than Netflix. Well, you could do much worse than Netflix. I mean, it could have been, one of the like major league straight hardcore tech companies that could have bought Warner Brothers. And that didn't happen. Now, people would call Netflix a tech company. They are, but they're a tech company that specializes in movies. Right? That's what they do in distributing movies over a bandwidth streaming service. Right? That means two things that we have to accept. The vast majority of people that read traditional comic books, God, I don't even know if I have any. I might have one below here. Let's see if we can grab one off here. What is this? Yes, this will be a good one. So this is Wanted. This is my brother's comic that I never returned to him. And this comic here, Wanted, drawn by Mark Millar, ironically, who got off social media today for some reason. That comic, the audience that reads that comic is located in direct sale shops. Local comic shops is what they call it. And there were approximately, give or take, 1,000 local comic book shops in the country. The audience in those stores are largely male. The vast majority are male. Some of them are they're almost all, the vast majority are 50 years and older. Right? And a significant number of them are white. So they're white, male, and middle age or older. Why? Because local comic book shops and comic books in terms of Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman, they haven't dominated anything for many, many years. So right now it's the absolute Batman, absolute Wonder Woman, and all that stuff going big. But that's just, stuff's fun to look at, but let's be frank. Those are one book in a vast ocean of other comics that just, all right, they sell 2,000 copies a month, 5,000 copies a month, which I would love to have a book that sells well, I do have a book that sells 5,000 copies, but that's another story. The point is, you got things like Webtoons, you got things like Tapas, all those type of things. Marvel bought a 2% stake in Webtoons, right? They bought a 2% stake in Webtoons, and they have agreed to put 36,000. This is Disney bought a 2% stake in Webtoon. 36,000 comics on Webtoons. That means many of their Marvel titles, many of their Lucasfilm titles. You understand? I said Star Wars, all of it. It's going on Webtoons, right? Why? Once those comics are sold, it's not like there's a market for them after they're sold. But if they're on Webtoons, people can always read that stuff. Got it? The best thing for the reader is free. Right? Here's the problem. They're asking the readers to leave where they are. Everybody has a Facebook account. Everybody has an Instagram account. Everybody has a TikTok account. Right? Billions, not thousands, not millions, billions of active accounts. Billions of people watching YouTube. So my theory is, for me, and this is what I'm putting to you, is perhaps don't focus on releasing comics on paper. Your IP is the story and the concept. It can be delivered in many different formats. For me, that's why I started, and I'll just go here, High John Conqueror. Why did I do that? I started High John Conqueror because I had done a number of pitch packages. Right? So I'll pause that. So I did High John Conqueror because I had done multiple pitch packages for publishers, and people were passing. They were passing on the pitch packages. And no one's under any obligation to take a book that I pitch. What is this? Your live was discontinued due to inactivity. What? Really? That's crazy. Okay, I ain't going to worry about it. So TikTok got shut down. I ain't going to worry about TikTok. Anyway, so because we're on YouTube now, and YouTube is good. So the reality is this. I'll go back live again. What the hell? So we're going to start that back up, and we're going to go live again. All right. So what I'm saying to you is this, is that the idea or notion that you have to publish a book on paper, that's just one medium. Paper is the media, it's the delivery format. You could go to Webtoons, but my theory is my dad is 92 years old. Well, he'll be 92 on his next birthday. He has a Facebook account. He never goes to it, but he has a Facebook account. He has a cell phone. My mom has a Facebook account. She's going to be 87 in 20 days? Well, 19 days. That's what's going to happen. Right? So what I'm saying to you is the following. All of the readers and the viewers are on social. They're all on social. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. Although they're all on social, they can get the content through the feed. It's distributed for free. So the theory is, if you are doing your work and you got 6 hours before Shuri comes home, that 6 hours allows you to finish your contract work. But the other 3 hours, you split it in half. 3 hours for contract work and looking for work. The other 3 hours for doing your strip that you will begin to publish 5 days weekly. Why? Because this here, I don't know if it's going to work. I think it will. But I am building my stuff on views. Now, right now, the views are horrible. But you'll see here, I have 206 views. Which some people are like, man, that's horrible. Particularly when the other guy just showed you had 9,000. But I can tell you, when I started this particular story here a month and a half ago, it was nowhere close to 206 views. It was more like 5. 2 views, 5 views. Now I'm at 200, 300, sometimes approaching 400. So I have to keep going. What's the reason? Who cares? They don't think they can make money on it. But it doesn't matter. What's most important is, do I think I can make money on it? I don't need them. I need me. I need to be able to deliver. Okay, for those folks, she's asking, well, what's the reason they pass on the pitch? It doesn't matter. This is not 5 years or 10 years ago where if a person passed on your project, your career was basically deep six. It doesn't matter anymore. Why? Put your stuff on the web. I'm not even talking about doing regular web comics where you're asking people to leave social media to come to your website. No, just put it directly on social. But don't put it on one channel. Put it on all of them. And here's the key. I'm not delivering my comic as a still image. I'm delivering it as a video. That means the video, the view is what I'm getting. So if I can continue to build my views and my interaction, what will ultimately happen is I will have content that will make money off of the views. You get it? So this Simon Hanselman guy, his strip, if I can go back here, let's see, go back here. Can I go back here? Let's see if I can go back here to his stuff. Hang on. I'll just do this here. Simon Hanselman, who's doing great. Look at that, 7,956. What's this one here? God, 9,097. Imagine if that was video. And people were reading his comics via phone, right? And just seeing it over the course of a minute or two. Just a minute. That's called a microdrama. Got it? So I'm saying to you, Erica, you can do that now. And it wouldn't cost you a dime. I've shown you different drawing styles, correct? You don't have to worry about whether or not someone's going to be able to rock with your drawing style. The only thing they're going to care about is, do they give a damn about your characters? Got it? You draw the best you can. You write the best you can. But you finish. Got it? So, I'm going to wait for your answer. When are you going to have the story and the breakdowns ready for me to review online? Because I'm not going to do it privately. When are you going to do it? When am I going to have something? It is now December the 5th. Let's go. Let's go. What you got? What you got? When are you going to deliver this stuff so we can cover it online during the stream? Because I'm trying to get my valid watch hours up. And you're going to help me. This is how you're going to help me. You're going to help me by showing up. And my wife just got home, so I got to get off this thing real soon here. By the way, Diesel Funk Studios is my company. I'm Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist, known for Infinitum and Afrofuturist Tale, Maddie's Rocket, and the graphic history of hip-hop. And this is what I do. February 14th. You're trying to get something to me on Valentine's Day? I'm not going to be available on Valentine's Day, girl. What are you talking about? Hold on. You're only going to be able to do 10 pages of breakdowns by February 14th? Is that correct? Is that what you're telling me? In 2 months? Hold on one second. That February 14th, that's 2.5 months from now. February 14th, yes. No, you got to, Yes, February 14th, that's 2.5 months. It's all of December, all of January, and mid-February. That's 2.5 months at least. I ain't good at math, but, hey, because now you got all of December. It's only 5 days in December, which goes to the 31st. All of January, that's another month, right? And then you got half of February. So, that's basically almost 2.5 months. Thank you. January 14th, much more realistic. Sure don't need your attention that much. She's probably tired of dealing with you. Anyway, so you will do it. You will send me updates, and we will have our review on January 14th. Got it? Are we in agreement with this? Waiting on to see the word agreed. Also, one of the other things I will do for you is you will send, if you have any questions, technical questions on how to do things, how to modify things or whatever, all joking aside, you can contact me at any time and I will respond, okay? The objective is to get you to the point where you are producing. Yes, we're in agreement. Great to know that. The objective is to get you to be working. Got it? Get this stuff out, because I believe, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to get ready to let you go. Erica, you have it within you to create your own IP that you control completely. Yeah, I understand there's a 5-6 second delay. I get it. I can actually remove that delay, but that's just what I've been doing here. So you have the ability within you to produce something that you can produce. It is literally within your power to do that. All right? Now, with that, goodbye. Love ya. Tell Sherry and Reg I said hey. Freaking knuckleheads, man. All of them. Sherry. Stop your mama in the head. She acting silly there. Anyway. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to shut it down here. I've been going now for, how long have I been streaming here? This girl done blew my session. And how long have I been streaming today? Let's see here. Oh man, and it's bogs down when I add. I gotta do some stuff here. How long I stream? Ah, okay, a minute and 15 seconds. That's good. All right, good. All right, with that, you guys have a good day. Take care. Stay out of trouble. Do what you gotta do. All that other good stuff. We will talk. Good night. Be kind to one another and all the other stuff. Peace.